Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm in a new background. This is just a one-time thing, but it's really nice to be out in nature, so I just wanted to make it. I wanted to start a new series, a new video series, and I wanted to call it my turn-ons and turn-offs for Christian denominations. And I know it sounds like edgy, but it's not. It's not supposed to be like that. It's just, I thought it would be like funny to make it like turn-ons and turn-offs for denominations. And so basically it's like, what turns me on for a denomination, what I like about a denomination, and what I don't like about a denomination. In this video, I wanted to talk about the Eastern Orthodox religion and the Eastern Orthodox tradition, and what turns me on and what turns me off about this tradition. So let's start with what turns me off. So, the major thing that turns me off as me being a person who is, I guess I'm more into like scholasticism and less into mysticism. I guess that's something that kind of turns me off when it comes to Eastern Orthodoxy. But I think it's very important to have this mystical relationship with God, and so I do admire the Eastern Orthodox tradition for that, in a sense. But again, I think that them denying too much, the logical sense of like Christianity, they don't really partake in scholasticism that much, and I guess that's just a turn off for me. But then again, Baptists also are not the most scholarly. So that's why, so yeah, it's kind of like a, I'll take it or leave it thing. But still, there's a breeze. Okay. Ooh, there's a breeze. I'll wait a little bit. Alright. Okay, so, the Eastern Orthodox tradition is oftentimes, people who are Eastern Orthodox will often make the defense that, God is so far separate from us that, there's no way that we can know the nature of God, and that the only way we can know Him is by defining what He is not. So we can say that He is, we don't know what He is, but we know what He's not. So that's how we can define God, and so it's like a process of elimination, basically. And, for me, this idea of, just eliminating which ones we know God isn't is not biblical, because it does say that God, that Jesus Christ came down to be the mediator between God the Father and between us. So He came down to give us the divine revelation of who God is, and so through Jesus Christ we can know the nature of God through Jesus Christ. Obviously, Jesus Christ is the wisdom, and He is the Word as defined in the Bible. So, through that, we can know the Father. And so that's, I'm very scholastic in that sense, but, yeah. So, what's a turn-on for Eastern Orthodoxy? I think a turn-on for Eastern Orthodoxy is their church hierarchy. I 100% prefer the Eastern Orthodox church hierarchy than the Catholic church hierarchy. I think that the Catholic church hierarchy, having a pope that makes these infallible decisions, is not the best recipe. And also, as you can see, the pope, not recently, but pretty recently, relatively recently, made this decree that he affirmed gay marriages. And I haven't read too much into it, so I don't want to say something on it and I don't really know about it. But yeah, he did something like that. So the fact that now all Catholics have to follow that decree is a little bit absurd to me. And so that's why when it comes to Eastern Orthodox, they still do have this infallible church government, and they still have a high view of the church. But they have a council. It's multiple people. It's not just one singular person, because they have for different countries they have different people. I don't know exactly what they're called, but I know I can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah. So yeah, that's definitely a turn on for Eastern Orthodoxy. I think just their tradition in general is very respectable, and I think the faith that can be seen from a lot of Eastern Orthodox is very similar to as if you've seen my short that I made recently, um, like that was called "How Are We Losing to Muslims?" Muslims have this very like high faith, and it's hard to find a Muslim, or not hard, but it's more difficult to find a Muslim who is not faithful than it is to find a Christian who's not faithful. And so I think this similar thing can be said about Eastern Orthodoxy. And I think Eastern Orthodoxy and Islam kind of stand on the same grounds on that, because there's a lot of like faithful Eastern Orthodox Christians, and that they believe in like, they're not just like passive Christians, or they don't just say they're Christians for the sake of saying they're Christians. So yeah, that's definitely a turn on. Just the people that are in this tradition. They have high views of like sacraments, which is always good, I think. Maybe a little too high, but yeah, I'm a Protestant, so yeah. I know Saint Maximus taught about free will, and really like that, and touching upon theosis, which is that God. To quote Athanasius, God became man so that man could become God. And so I really, this idea of theosis has been super interesting. I don't know if I don't agree with it, but like it's super interesting seeing the view of theosis in Eastern Orthodox. I think this idea that you can partake in the essence of God, which is what Western tradition calls the gifts of God, that you can partake in it and partake in His essence, is I think really beautiful. And I think it's just like it's really like intricate, and it's like really intricately designed. If you go really deep into it, kind of ties into like different views on how like God kind of sort of expanded, and it's not expanded, retracted, and then everything else came into existence. That's like a Kabbalistic view. Anyways, I've gone on track. So yeah, so I think this idea of theosis, if you really look into it, it's really elegant and like like super like just elegant. Now, this is a good thing, but it also is a bad thing. Because another thing that is also elegant is this idea of predestination. Now, if you believe in predestination, you have to explain a lot of things, like, that just don't fit with, for example, it's hard to use Alvin Plantinga's free will defense of the ontological argument, or just in general use any free will defense. Actually, no, I take that back. Sorry, not that one, but just in general. Yeah, I take that back because I've been reading the 1689 London Baptist Confession of Faith, which is a Reformed Baptist Confession of Faith, and it explains there that we were made with with free will, but once we sinned, our free will to choose evil or good was taken away. So technically, it still kind of works. But yeah. So, anyways, I got off track there for a little bit. So yeah. Anything else that I need to touch on? I've been studying on Hesychism or Hesychism, the Eastern Orthodox mysticism, but I haven't I still don't think I'm like informed enough to talk about it yet. So maybe I'll make another video talking about Hesychism in Eastern Orthodoxy. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'll definitely be making more Eastern Orthodox videos, and definitely be making more videos on turn-offs and turn-ons of Christian denominations. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.